Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today we continue this Let's Play of this DeathWorld, where we last episode just did a bit of maintenance around the base, hooking up our iron area, setting up our chemical plants and oil plants, and all refineries even, and pretty much setting out for what we have to do in today's episode. So the episode before last, we got the oil. So in today's episode, I very much want to try and hook up some of our oil processing so we can start to go towards our chemical science and advanced circuits and such, so we can get further into the game. So luckily we set up a bit of a mall to handle this, so things are slowly being produced. We are getting things at a nice steady pace. We just need to remember to hook up the rest here. So there we are. So let's set up a nice bit of oil processing. This is completely fine. So starting out, going down with the refineries, just to show us the kind of setup we will be running with. I kind of want the oil just to flow in, maybe here on the backside, to make the petroleum. We don't have the advance yet, so that is the only thing we can do with. Normally, I do plan for the water in the future, so pretty much setting up the pipes we need. So we in the future don't have to place all those things down. That would be a way to save some time, which is quite important in a DeathWorld. So let's get some underground pipes. We do have some normal pipes. Let's get a few more, just to have a bit flowing. And let's go and see if we can't do a somewhat decent setup with this. Firstly, these two, that will connect up the oil for what we need. In between, I'll do a power pole, and that way we can hook up a second one right here, having a nice modular setup. Of course, we'll have to do something like this to plan for the outputs in the future. So let's just get that hooked up and get you put in right there. There we are. That will be able to stamp down a few times. Not going to do any ratios on this. But if we do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, then we have at least all the ones we have used. Is it going to be too much? Maybe. But for now, I think it'll be fine. Let's just get all of this hooked up and see how things will look. The biters are still attacking our base. The Great Wall of Dgray is still holding them back. So we'll just keep it at that, making sure that that won't be an issue. Can't do that. Try something. Yeah. Then one at the bottom. That should fit in all of our refineries. Let's get some power hooked up. So I have those down. And then we just need to hook up the backside here. The pipes. And then we have a nice little setup that can handle at least the start of our petroleum processing. So that's good. That's going to kickstart our base in a lot of ways. Here. Let's just get the rest in. As soon as we get robots, we can speed up quite heavily if you want to expand this out even faster. So let's get this hooked up. And there we are. The rest we'll put in as needed when we get the setups we need for the advanced processing. So now to hook up some oil, that is pretty much all we need to hook in. So we'll just kind of follow the same lines as the rest of these to get up to where the oil is at. And just jump you in right here. Saying something like this will be good. I will do this to make sure it's like that. So I'll get oil flowing in this way. That will start to power this. We'll get some power in between. And now we have a nice amount of petroleum going. We'll probably have moved this a bit closer, but all in all, this is good enough. So that's great. We now have petroleum flowing. That means we have everything we need to set up plastic. And then we might be able to set up advanced circuits afterwards. That is pretty much the main thing we have to do. We of course also have sulfur, but that we'll look at in a little bit. Still attacking up here, that's fine. So to set up some plastic, we'll just need a few chemical plants. I'll give myself a bit of room here, just to not get it too cramped. That is something that happens quite often when doing this. Is getting it too cramped. So what we can do is having just pipes going down this way. We can output it. As you will output 2 plastic every 1 second, need 1 coal. So having, I'll be the same. 1 this way and 1 out would be a good way to do it. We could in theory double it if needed, but I think one-sided will be good enough for our needs. So if we do something like this, we'll be fine. We could also have the coal running back here, might be better. So doing something like this with an underground leaves room for inserters right here. Of course, then we need to figure out how to get power to them. We could do something like that to make it look somewhat good. We can also do it in between. But yeah, I think this way will be the best. We'll do something like this to make it expandable, and then we can skip this little one. I think that looks somewhat decent. I think we should try and go with that setup. So out, 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 out. And since this produces 2 every 1 second at crafting speed 1, if we're doing one-sided, 4 of these will be fill up one side, and 8 can fill up an entire belt. So these 4 will go on the outside, the next 4 will go on the inside to give us 1 full yellow belt out. That means that in theory we can do this, and we'll just get you to do a little squiggle like that. So 4 on the outside, that gives us 0.5 that can't fit into this one because this is 8 per second. One side can handle 0.5, 7.5 is what I'm trying to say. This will get the other side. That should give us everything we need to get this working. And let's continue to use our yellow ones. We have those in the millions. Almost, at least, from our little mishap back at the mall. So that should be a nice, simple oil setup. Oh, plastic setup even. That means we can throw this one back onto the main bus. Be used further down the line. And I'd like to just hook it up right there. In theory, it can go both ways with the petroleum. And we should, in theory, grab it from up there. We could also just grab it over here going in. But let's stick with the main bus setup. And doing something like this instead. Petroleum flows in. That's going to get petroleum to all of these. And that is perfect. Let's get our little coal this way. That will have to go down just right here. So if we jump you, I think here will be fine. That will go out. That seems to be correct. That will give us 1, 2, 3, 4 in between and enable us to get our coal flowing down this way. Of course, I didn't have any splitters. Luckily, we can grab that at the mall. Before that, let's activate a bit more of our science. We still have maybe some flammables will be good for our flamethrower turrets that we are slowly producing. Also some speed modules to get that out the way. You can go away, and then we're actually quite close to being through most of our things here. And needing the next tier science. So getting this up and running was actually a quite good place to do it. So let's grab you for now. We do have still some belts. We have underground as well. Let's just grab a bit so we have some. That looks mighty fine. So that is all the things we need. Here is some coal for you. Please go down this way. That will start to flow in. That will start to activate these to produce all the plastic we need, giving us a nice throughput. Let's do that. And underground, please. Here we go. And voila. That should give us one full belt going out. As long as we can supply it more fast enough after we got the non-stack inserter upgrade last episode. That's the plastic. Should we do a quick advanced circuit setup, or should we do the sulfur first? We could do the sulfur. I'll require us to drag in the water as well and then save this one for later. Just to keep some of this organized together. So we need that one. We can organize this entire part. Should we do it? Let's get the advanced circuit sorted. I think that could be fun, because that will tax a lot of our base starting to get that up and running. So let's plan that out. It's actually not the worst thing to plan out. So if you see here, these require 4 copper cables every 6 seconds. This one produces 4 every second at the same crafting speed. That means one of these can supply 6 of these. Something like that. That means we'll have copper in, we'll have plastic and green circuits on a mixed belt. So doing something like this will be fine. We'll then need to get what's it called, copper down the line as well. And we could do a bit of belt weaving to get something up and running. Otherwise we'll do 2 belts in. What if we do 1 every half, 2 every 6? So we want copper to flow in, and we want these ones to go out. So 2 lanes might actually be needed, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 items we need down the line. I'm getting a bit cheeky. So can we do some belt weaving? Go right here. But for example, is there a good way to do this? Jump you to pretty much, if you jump you from here to here, that will give you access to what we need. And then in theory, we could jump. You'll need an out and out. Let's see, how should we do this? That goes to here, and that goes to there. So from these, we should be able to grab all the wires we need. We just need them to go down. What if we do something like this? Because then we'll need a next one down here. That means this one will in theory mirror what we're doing down here. So right there, that will output to something like this. 3, 4, 5, 6. Trying to make something modular. It's gonna be exciting to see how that lands. Let's see. If you look at the setup down here, that means we can take pretty much what we're doing here, and that will overlap something like this. Will that work the way I want it to? Not really, will it? If we take, let's see, we'll take copper into this one. That might have to go on a red belt going under here. Let's go and get some red ones. It's always fun doing a bit of belt weaving to do new designs. So let's grab you. And let's see what we can do over here. So if we have this, we should be able to just get this one down here with the plastic and such. And then we just need the copper to go all the way down. And if we do belt weaving for copper, if we do something like copper will go here, pretty much just jump down as far as possible. Let's go out there. That will give us the copper, but this one won't be able to output, so it has to do it there. That won't really work, will it? Will it? Not really. Is there a better way to do this? You can do it the old-fashioned way, but wait, we'll just move it down one. What if we move it down one? Will that give us enough room to do it? You'll actually just go to, let's see, here. So you'll jump out there and there with a new underground going this way. I think that will work, wouldn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, how about something like that belt weaving? Then we can have the power poles maybe in here somewhere. Close to at least. We can have one here for the other one. I can't stay here. So let's try to set up this one. Have one here and then it'll continue down this way. Let's take this part and overlay it right there. Ooh, this is going to be quite tricky what we're doing here, but I don't think it's going to be a bad solution though. Let's get the rest of you down this way. And that means we'll have 2 in for this one. One of them, oh, it's only one-sided. That should be fine. Oh, wait, never mind. We don't need this one to continue further here. Could in theory take you away, take this one away. That'll give us enough room for the belts. That means we can move it up one. I'll show you why in just a second. 6. I have to make it as compact as possible. I like making designs like this. Because this way, this is the last place the copper wire has to go in for these two. We'll have to output the copper wire right here. Probably need a fast one for that one. Giving it on one side, throwing it in very nicely. That goes all the way down, supplying the gears to this one. The copper that we can get into that one will be coming from somewhere else. But in theory, put you there. It means all the copper will be flowing in on this belt. Giving it to this one, continuing down, and giving it to that one. There with you and you. Do that work? In theory, is that going to be a good solution? It is almost what we're doing up here. Done that instead. That would have been much better. Right now we can do that, would actually be a better way to set it up, I think. With you going down this way. For the next lineup we'll need in the future. So let's see, will this do what we need now? Power. So I think this will do what we want, and then we'll just need one on the opposite side, and that one we can plan a bit better. Get some more power poles. Those will be needed. Ooh, and some more fasten surface. Let's see, there we are. Good. That should help us out a small amount to what we're trying to do here. Let's try this and see if that works. We can always move in a bit later. So let's try and mix in what we need. This one will go out. Actually go above our fluid line. So in theory it'll be up here that our plastic will start to flow. Wait, we have these, to be honest. We can use 1, 2. So the third line here will actually be 3. 1, 2, so right there can be plastic. Now I'll just kind of split off the plastic we need from here to the right. Because it just needs to go on one side. So in theory, something like this will get it on the correct side. Plastic. We need the plastic in. Middle. Something like that. And do the same down here. With this one grabbing into them. And up here, you will output here instead. And input that way for the copper. I probably need an output as well that's faster. And that's fine. If anything flows further down, it's fine. It doesn't need to. All should be grabbed up here. That gives us that. Let's get some copper flowing in as well. I very much want to try that. It'll be quite exciting when we hook this up. Let's see how this goes. Copper can just go down on a main line. That is completely fine. And I want to do it this way so I don't mess anything up. Do it here and say you can jump there, and you'll just kind of go down like this. I'll be copper flowing in. Wait. Let's remember to do that with a red one. Otherwise we'll be in serious trouble. Well, not in serious trouble, we just needed to go out here because it has to go on the red belts. How will this work? I guess you output that way. That gives it down this line. That seems to be working. That's collecting. This is getting as well. All of these are getting some. Let's just make sure it all goes to the end. And it's working. Copper is here, so we can always just expand it down very, very easily. Very, very modular. Yes, look at that. So now we just need the green wire in, green circuits even. And those will just go and steal right away. Here's more. Assume that one as the last science we need before we go into chemical. So you can go here. Please continue along. And let's jump you. You have to jump over here. And then we have to jump you down. Maybe right here will be a good place for it to go in. I don't think that'll be too bad. Let's see. There we are. And voila. Well, let's do it the correct way so it doesn't interfere with anything. That way, jump you and make you go down like that. That way we can do this and make you go on the opposite side. That way we should have these being produced. Ooh, I forgot to check how many this one can support now that we have it, but hopefully enough. Then again, we'll upgrade to red belts going forward. I see this one needs 2 every 6 seconds, so it needs 1 every 3rd second. Means one of these half belt can supply 21 of these. That can supply 3 of these down for 1 of these. Otherwise, we'll have to go to 2 belts. And that we do have room for that, to go 1 full green, 1 full plastic. But for now, at least, this actually looks quite good. Let's do it right here in the middle. That looks nice. And that is a pretty good setup in terms of getting advanced circuits. Look at that, guys. We got advanced circuits flowing. And that we can use to make chemical science going forward. We'll just, probably next episode, set this one up since we don't want to stop researching things. That would be a waste. And we're also setting up a lot of the things we need. How's flamethrower looking? Oh, only 2. So that's not going. Didn't I set up something here to grab? Oh, I forgot to. So we'll go and set that up in the next episode as well. For now, at least, I'm glad that we got our advanced circuits flowing. That means we, in theory, just can pick it up and make ourselves a modular armor. Just kind of want to do that, just so we have a bit better protection from the biters. So we'll end the episode on a high note. We will be getting our modular armor. We got our advanced circuits up and running. And next episode, we'll be very much ready to set up the chemical science and go into the next tier of research. I think that'll be, ooh, it's starting to spread a lot down here now. So we'll look at that next episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you're still enjoying this, and we'll leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And with that, I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.